Hey guys, it's Serina. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have been well. So today we're going to do kind of a fun video. It's called the Assumptions Tag video. It's something that's been going around YouTube and I had a lot of fun watching a few videos. So I thought that I would do my own. So I asked you guys on Instagram what your assumptions are about me, and I'm really excited to look at them because how often can you ask people to be brutally honest about the assumptions they have of you? So I hope there are some juicy ones. Let's get into them. The first one is you have a kind of OCD on cleanliness and you never get angry. So as I was kind of like sliding through them, I saw this you never get angry one quite often. So I'm gonna go back to that later, but I have kind of an OCD on cleanliness. If I think really hard about it, I don't think I actually have any type of OCD as far as I know. Like I really enjoy a tidy and clean space. But if things get messy or things are dirty, it doesn't really debilitate me or bother me. So I don't think I have OCD. In fact, a lot of close people around me, there's a few who have OCD when it comes to germs. And usually it's me kind of telling them to like relax a bit. So yeah. Okay, the next one, you have done plastic surgery. No, I actually have not, but that doesn't mean that I've never thought about it or am not even thinking about it. In my 20s, I was a lot more insecure about my body and my face, and yeah, I did think about it, but yeah, up until now, no, I haven't gotten anything done. And I don't think badly of anyone who does get it done. Okay, the next one. I assume it would be really fun to have coffee and a conversation with you. Oh, so sweet. I don't know. I think it would be fun to have coffee with me. I think more than I appear to be on camera, I'm pretty silly and goofy in person. Okay, the next one. I am super organized in a nerdy way. You know what's really interesting? I'm actually not naturally organized, and because I think I've uploaded a handful of videos on organization and productivity, and that is because those are the hacks and tips that have really worked for me, because naturally I'm not organized. And yeah, so yes, I strive to be organized in a nerdy way, but yeah, I mean, in my daily life, I think I'm pretty good with keeping my space clean, relatively clean, because I have kids. It's never going to be perfect. But overall, I am organized, but I really have to work at it. So the next one is you're confident and goal-oriented and your kids are the world to you. So yes, my kids are the world to me. They are one of my top priorities and they're definitely above my work. You're confident and goal-oriented. Yes, I would say I'm very goal-oriented. Confidence is kind of hard to say. I can't just say I'm a confident person. On most days, yes, I'm a confident and secure person who is happy about herself and the things that she does. But there are some days where I wake up not feeling so good about myself, feeling insecure, and that can be applied to various aspects of my life, whether it be just the way I look, my body, or just me being a mother. I question myself sometimes, you know, am I being a good mom? Am I teaching my kids the right thing? But I think when it comes to motherhood, sometimes you just have to go with your intuition, because a lot of times we feel insecure or we don't feel confident about ourselves when there's sort of like exterior influences. So for me, I parent a certain way, but I find that a lot of moms around me are doing things differently, and that makes me feel insecure about what I'm doing. But sometimes you just have to go with your gut feeling and go with that sort of intuitive voice that tells you that this is the way you should be doing things. So yeah, and of course, with anything, I feel like you can always boost your confidence by educating yourself, reading more books and learning about different things and learning new skills. I think that's how you can gain more confidence as you get older. Okay, the next one is you never raise your voice to your kids. I kind of saw this one pop up a few times when I was sliding it, but that is far from the truth. Not like I yell at them all the time, but when you are raising 2 kids or more, things can get kind of hectic in the house. There will be a lot of fighting and screaming, and sometimes you just feel like you need to be heard by talking louder than your kids. And I know it's not right to scream at my kids, but I am human too. On days when I'm really tired and my kids are just not listening and I find myself repeating things like 10,000 times, the sort of like cave woman inside me tells me to scream, but I obviously know that's not right. But yeah, basically, yes, I do raise my voice. I try very hard not to, but sometimes it just happens. Yeah. Okay, the next one, you want to be an actress in Hollywood. Okay, this is a really interesting one, and this one actually comes from my friend, so it's kind of interesting. When I used to live in Toronto, before I moved to Korea, I was actually taking acting classes because I knew that I wanted to go into either the TV or movie industry. I was working at the film festival too, so I was trying out different things, and honestly, if I could be born again, I would be born a singer or an actress. That is for sure. But I just know my acting skills are just not up there. But yeah, it would be nice to be an actor. Okay, next one, you're done with kids, no more. That is true. But it wasn't an easy decision to make. My husband and I had very long conversations about it. And as much as we love our kids and we'd love to see more of these cute little human beings, there's only so much time and so much energy we can expel on our kids. So we feel like 2 is just a good number for us. Even 2 is hard, by the way. Yeah, so 2 is good, but who knows, right? Who knows? I might have another one just unexpectedly. Okay, here's another one. I'm a perfectionist, at least someone who wants to show a perfect picture, but good-hearted. I like how this person added that last part. I'm not a perfectionist in general, but I think for certain things I am. Maybe when it comes to more like my work and my living space, I don't know, not even my living space. I think it's mostly just my work that I am a bit of a perfectionist, but otherwise, with everything else, not really. I try to be pretty like relaxed about things. I'm someone who wants to show a perfect picture. I think for just my social media, a lot of people end up posting happy pictures and happy moments in their lives. And it is definitely not what their life is actually like. So yes, I don't try to like portray a perfect life, but it just so happens that the pictures that I do want to post up or the videos that I do want to put up are about good, positive things in my life. So the next assumption, you and your family are well off. So yes, I think my family and I are very financially comfortable, but it wasn't always like that. When I was young, growing up, my family was financially very unstable. My mom had to work odd jobs. There was one point where she was working 3 jobs at one time just to support our family and put food on the table and pay for the bills. And so she wasn't able to, physically be there for my brother and I and just take care of us in that way. But I completely understand why she had to do that. And yeah, all 4 of us at one point were living in like a 1-bedroom apartment. I remember it's just 1 bedroom with like 3 beds in that bedroom, and we lived like that for several years. But I don't think negatively of those experiences at all. Basically my family was poor all throughout my childhood, almost all throughout my childhood, but it did teach me a lot, and it made me a lot stronger. And that's kind of interesting because when I meet people in Korea, a lot of times people will say, they say it in Korean, they say, 되게 귀하게 자른 것 같아요, which means like you look like you have been like you were raised in a very nice family and very cared for and like loved. That's kind of what it means. 귀하다 means precious. So I was raised in that way, which is far from the truth. But it's kind of interesting why people, like how people kind of assume those things. So yeah, that answers that one. The next one. Oh gosh. You don't fart in front of people even if you're comfortable with them. Okay, that's the truth. I don't fart in front of people. I think even with my husband, I've never like, how do you say, actively or like intentionally farted in front of him. But he's kind of been a gentleman about it. Like when I have farted in front of him, I would try to do it like really discreetly, but sometimes right? So my husband would kind of just brush it off and pretend like he didn't hear it or smell it. And yeah, because I think if he had pointed it out, I would have been kind of devastated. So I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's kind of rude and inappropriate to fart in front of people. Maybe, everyone, I know some people have like a different perspective on it, because I have some friends who fart in front of me and they're like completely fine with it. But for me, I just feel like certain things should be kept private. Like you wouldn't poop in front of somebody else, right? So that's kind of what I think about it. Yeah. Am I weird? I don't know. Tell me if I'm weird in the comments. Okay, the next one. That you're a sweetheart. I really would love to know how you keep the wrinkles away. So pretty. Oh, thank you. I have wrinkles. I definitely have wrinkles, and I've started to see them more and more this year, or like starting in 2018. And they're just more like fine wrinkles closer to my eyes because I do laugh and smile a lot. In terms of skincare, I think the most important thing is what you eat, and then it's what you put on your face. So for me, it's really important to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and drink a lot of water. And for skincare, I make sure that I am very careful about the products that I select, and I have to know that they really go well with my skin type, which is dry, dehydrated, and sensitive. So I make sure to just be very intentional and careful about the skincare products too. I think that's the best advice I can give you. Okay, the next assumption, good at everything and so sweet. Come on guys, I want some more juicy ones, but that is really, really sweet. Thank you so much. I am definitely not good at everything. I can tell you what I am good at. I'm better at more like creative things, and I feel like I am kind of like athletic naturally, so I can pick up a sport pretty quickly. The things that I suck at, one is math. I am so bad at math, and thankfully my husband is very good at math, so I am very hopeful about my kids. But I'm so bad at math that I don't think I even like remember my timetables after 6. Yeah, I know up to 5. 5 is easy, but 6 and up, no. Don't even ask. So math I really suck at. What else do I suck at? I think my husband would probably tell you that I suck at time. My husband is one of the most timely people ever. Like if we're gonna go meet friends just for a casual thing, he has to be there like 10-15 minutes earlier. For me, I'm not so like strict about time with myself, and oftentimes I feel like sometimes I should be because you know, it's not good to be late, but for me, I have a hard time pulling myself out of a particular activity, or if I'm like hanging out with friends, I'm just really present and there, and sometimes I just lose track of time. But with my husband, he's taught me to be better with time, and he tells me, oh, this is one thing that he told me that really kind of like, it was kind of like a bit of a slap in the face because I never really thought of it this way. But he told me, when you're late, and yeah, it's great when you're, I mean, it's fine when you're late when it comes to your own things, but when you're late, when you're meeting another person and you're making them wait, basically, you're not respecting their time. And that's what he told me, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. So ever since he told me that, I'm a little bit better with it. But yeah, time, math, can't think of anything else, but if there is anything else, I will let you know. Okay, here's another one. 떡볶이, 순대, 튀김, 김밥, 쫄면, 라볶이 등 분식 좋아하실 듯. So this person is saying that they think that I really like street foods. When I eat street foods, which is kind of rare, I do love it. I love the taste of it, and I enjoy it, and I indulge, but I rarely have it because I just don't like the way it makes my stomach feel. So yeah, I do like it, but don't have it too often. Another person says, 한 번도 동준 다현이에게 소리 지른 적 없다. So again, they're saying that I would never yell at my son or daughter, and you all know that's not true. So the next assumption is you are fluent in English and Korean. Hello from near Busan. Hello! I love Busan. You are fluent. Yes, I think I am fluent in both English and Korean, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement when it comes to writing in Korean. But when I'm speaking it, I feel like, yes, I am actually thinking in Korean as I speak it. But of course, I'm way more comfortable in English because I was born and raised in Canada. So the next assumption, this is a good one. You get a lot of money from your job. So I think this is a really interesting assumption. To be honest, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable talking about it. But on the other hand, I think this sort of assumption is something that people make a lot about other people. Like when you see someone, you often kind of look at the way they dress or the way they talk or the car that they drive or the neighborhood they live in, and you make an assumption about, you know, how much money they make. And I think it's just kind of like natural for us humans. But of course, we don't really like to talk about it. I am a freelance TV radio host. I also am a freelance MC for certain events. So I would think that for more of like the emceeing jobs that I do, yes, I definitely get paid a lot more than a typical person who would be working at an office job. But yeah, with money, I think everything is relative. Like if I told a friend about how much I made a certain day, some of them would be like, oh wow, that's a lot. And others would be like, oh, okay. So I think it's just all different. But I think generally, yeah, I get paid more than the average person. But again, it's not like a regular thing. Like I don't go to work every single day. It's a little bit sporadic because I'm a mom, but also I choose to work a lot less, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, the next one. You are a warm and down-to-earth person. Aww. Okay. I think I am a warm person. I feel like I am very good at listening and kind of connecting with other people. I'm also more of an emotional person too. So when I watch movies, I'm like, usually the first one to cry at any sort of sad moment. So in general, yes, I think I'm a warm person. I try to be down to earth, but I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. I think generally my close friends would think that I'm down to earth. Okay, let's go on to the next assumption. This is really fun. Okay, outgoing outside, but very shy inside. This is actually spot on. People often think when they meet me for the first time that I'm a very outgoing, extroverted person. But I think naturally, I'm more of an introverted person. When I was young, like I think it was only like later on in high school when I started to learn how to be better at socializing. But before that, I was so shy, and I was the type of person who didn't even want to get noticed in a room. And yeah, basically I was very, very quiet, always kept to myself. It was only until high school that I started to learn how to talk to people and how to just be friendly with others. So I think this is sort of like a learned skill, but in general, I think I'm a little bit shy, and I get a little bit stressed out when I go to like places with like a lot of people and you have to like mingle and network. That kind of stuff scares me a little bit. Okay, the next assumption, that you're easy to get along with. Is it true? I think I'm pretty easy to get along with. I'm generally pretty open-minded, and yeah, I try to understand people as best as I can. So overall, yeah, I think I am easy to get along with. Okay, you seem very put together, even with your work and kids. Do you have a nanny to help? So I am kind of like a mix between a working mom and a stay-at-home mom. Because I'm a freelancer, I can kind of pick and choose the work that I do, and usually I kind of dedicate about 3 days of work per week. Everything else is sort of dedicated to my family and my kids. So where am I going with this? Oh, you seem very put together. So in terms of my kids, I am like the sole carer for my kids. So when they're outside of school, I'm with them like maybe 80 to 90% of the time. I don't have a nanny to help me with my kids. It's just basically me, my husband. We live with my in-laws. So oftentimes when I do have like a meeting that has to be scheduled outside of school time, I would ask my mother-in-law to help babysit them. But I do get help in terms of the house. I have a person who comes in to help clean and cook about 3 times a week. So yeah, that is the help that I get. But I think it all depends on, I'm kind of interested to know, what makes you think that I am very put together? Is it because of the way I talk, or is it the way I look, like I have my makeup on and my hair done? Because yeah, that's kind of interesting to know too. Every day I do spend quite a bit of time like putting myself together in the morning. So I wake up about 30 minutes to an hour earlier than my children to get ready and just yeah, just organize myself, organize my schedule, things like that, which means I get a little bit less sleep though. Okay, the next assumption, you are 36. No, I'm 35. So the next assumption is you are full of aegyo. So aegyo is a Korean word. If you look it up in the dictionary, it will just probably say charm, but I feel like it's much more than charm. It's kind of like being girlish, childish, loving and kind of cutesy. So a lot of people would display aegyo when they want something or they want to be loved by their partner or their family member. But you can have aegyo with anyone really. Like I can have aegyo even with my in-laws or my mom or my brother, even my husband. Yeah, so I think a lot of people say when they meet me, like, oh, you have a lot of aegyo, but I don't know. I don't see what they see, but yeah, that's what they say. The last and final assumption is you are an open-minded person, and I think I briefly mentioned it, but yes, I do think I am an open-minded person, and that has a huge part has to do with the fact that I grew up in Canada. And when you live in a country that, you know, has people from all walks of life, from all different countries, everybody looks different, has a different religion, and has a different sexual orientation, like everything. I think like when you're exposed to that kind of thing, it's easier to be open-minded. So yeah, that has a lot to do with it. So those are your assumptions about me. I hope I clarified them. That was a lot of fun to do. Some of them made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially the fart one. I can't lie. And I can't believe that thing that, you know, that one is like permanently on my channel now, but oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoy videos related to parenting, health, and beauty, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Annyeong!